What's going on, guys? Oakley O'Day here with HYPERPHYSIQUE, and in this video we're gonna be going over 5 body weight chest exercises that you can do right in your home, right? You don't need any equipment at all other than yourself, okay? So before we hop into the video, make sure you check out this video right here. It's going to be going over the kind of 5 rules that I have for body weight training to make it effective and actually build muscle with just your body. All right, so the first exercise that we're going to go over is push-ups, right? It's probably the #1 exercise you can do to build your chest. It's just one of the best chest builders that you can do with body weight. So a few things that we want to go over before we do a push-up is we don't want to just pump them out, right? So when you do body weight training, like I said in the 5 rules, if you watch that video first, we want to focus on a good tempo. We're going to actually focus on a mind-muscle connection, right? Because it's easy to do 50 push-ups as fast as you can. However, doing 10 good quality push-ups nice and slow and really feeling your chest do the work is a big difference. So what I like to do is just put your hands straight out, a little bit like right outside of shoulder width, or you can just go right under your shoulders, a little wider, kind of wherever you feel comfortable. And then we want to make sure we're not doing this, right? This is bad. I see a lot of people doing push-ups like this, and it's not the right way to do it, right? We want to make sure we're tucking our elbows. Again, right outside of shoulder width. I like to kind of put my hand at a slight angle like this, and then really open up your hands wide and like kind of like grip the ground, right? And you're gonna grip it and then like twist your elbows in so they're tucked, right? We want a flat back. I always kind of tighten my core, flex my abs, and then we literally just push down all the way, touch your nose to the ground, whatever, and push up. Another good cue, if you know how to flex your lats, so like doing like a lat spread, that's a really good way to activate your chest as well. You're gonna really tighten up everything, and it really activates your chest when you push up. So we're just gonna kind of go through a few reps, and you guys kind of see how we do these. All right, so what if you can't do a push-up? Now, there's a few different things you can do, right? So the first one you could start off with and see if you're able to do, if you're not able to do at least 10 push-ups, I recommend starting off with this next variation, which is a little easier. So get in like a push-up stance and then just put your knees down, and then you can walk out to make it harder, or if you want it really easy, come in. So the farther the closer your hands are to your knees, the easier it's gonna be. The farther your hands are from your knees, the harder it's gonna be. So maybe start like right here, do a few push-ups, and then work your way up to coming out farther and doing push-ups from there, okay? And you wanna keep your feet off the ground, kind of like this, to really just emphasize the chest, okay? And then eventually, you'll be almost just parallel with the ground, and then you can work into your actual push-ups. So now, another way that we can kind of work our way into getting a full push-up off the ground is getting like a chair or a table or even like a stair or something, and you basically elevate your arms. By elevating your arms, it's gonna make the push-up a lot easier, and then you can kind of work your way to getting back on the ground, okay? So basically, you can grab something and just basically lift your hands up, and it's the same thing, just doing a push-up. Keep the elbows tucked. We're not doing any of this where we're like flaring our elbows real bad. Tucking the elbows and down. All right, so that's the first exercise. If you can't do a push-up, work with one of these variations first, and then obviously work into the regular push-up. All right, so that was the first exercise, push-ups. Now we're gonna move into our second chest building exercise, and that's going to help us build our upper chest. And the way we're gonna do this with body weight is gonna be with our feet elevated. So it's just a regular push-up, but our feet are gonna be elevated, okay? And this is gonna kind of just replicate the movement of an incline press, right? So if you look at where your body is, you're like this, and your arms are pushing down. So really, it's kind of like leaning back and pushing up at an incline, okay? So just grab a chair, you can use a stair, if you have a box or something to put your feet up on, whatever you have, just something that's about knee height to start off with. And then if you want something a little bit easier, you maybe like a stair, just one stair, and you can do that. So I'm just gonna use this chair basically to show you how to do it. Same thing, about shoulder width, maybe a little wider, keeping the elbows tucked. And I like to go up my toes. Some people like to go like this. where the top of their foot's on it. However, I feel like that kind of helps, or it makes you sag a little bit sometimes. So I like to get in a strong position on my toes actually. So here we go, we're gonna jump into it. And for this one, you wanna think straight down. Now, don't try to like bring your body up or anything. You wanna just go straight down like that. And since we are trying to activate the upper chest in this one and thicken that up, we do want to use like a mind to muscle connection with this one and actually like focus on using our upper chest. Don't just go through the motions and pump them out again. On the way down, really go slow, feel that tension in the upper chest, and then push on the way up and really feel it again, okay? That's what's gonna maximize your gains when you do body weight training. So this third exercise, a lot of people believe that since you're working with body weight, you cannot do like chest flies. So like a dumbbell fly, a cable fly, like how do you do that with your body weight? Well, you have to get a little bit creative here. So what we're gonna do is you can grab some paper plates. Those are gonna work really, really good. I don't have those right now, so I'm gonna kind of get even more creative. And what I'm gonna do is just use these big books that are kind of slippery on carpet. And you just find anything that's kind of slippery on a carpet that's not gonna like get caught or anything, that's easy to slide. Paper plates, in my opinion, are gonna work the best, okay? All right, so you're gonna take your 2 books or your 2 plates. Basically, you just set them here like this. And then we're gonna go on our knees to start. See how hard it is, all right? And then you're gonna start off and just literally fly in, right? Squeeze real hard and let it all the way out. Go all the way to the ground and do it again. If you wanna make this even harder, you can try it and going on your feet. These are super tough, so I recommend starting on your knees first, get used to those, and then once you get really good at those and they seem a little easy, move into going on your feet. You can see even I'm out of breath going on my feet. Those are pretty tough, and they will make your workout a little different, and that's how you do flies with body weight training. So just get a paper plate, a book, something slippery on the carpet, and then basically just do a flying motion, squeeze real hard, get that good stretch again. That's what the fly is for, is getting a good stretch in our chest, right? We can only stretch so far this way when we're doing a press, so we wanna make sure we're stretching farther with the flies to really maximize our chest gains, okay? All right, so the 4th exercise, we're gonna be using these books again. This time I got about 3 of them. I'm gonna make a stack, right? You can also use something like a pan, anything that's about 4 or 5 inches from the ground, and we're gonna basically just center them in front of us, and we're gonna do what's called single arm alternating push-ups, right? This is gonna be kind of like a variation of a single arm push-up. Basically, it's just gonna help you so you don't fall on your face, because not a lot of people can do single arm push-ups, or at least do a lot of them, okay? So we're gonna do this, and the reason we're doing this is it's gonna add a lot of tension on just one side at a time, and it's gonna make it really, really hard than a regular push-up. So you can literally pump out a lot of push-ups, but when you just elevate one arm, it's gonna put all the focus kind of on that one side, and you're gonna have to push and use a lot more energy, and you're not gonna do as many reps this way. So what we're gonna do though, to make it even harder, is we're gonna alternate back and forth, okay? So we're gonna start with our hands on top. Center your feet behind you, and then literally just place one hand in the middle, out to the side, and down. Okay, now you're gonna switch and do the other side. Again, focus on the one side that's pushing the books. This is almost just like a stabilizer. You're not really pushing with this hand, it's just kind of helping you to make sure you don't fall over, right? So you're really just pushing with this hand and exploding, okay? So I'm gonna do a few reps to kind of show you how to do it. All right, again, if this is too hard for you and going back and forth like that is too hard to switch back and forth, you can either just stay on one side at a time,
or like you can just do your left hand once or your right hand once, and then you switch over to your left hand, right? And then another way you can make this a little bit easier if it's too hard is spreading your feet. So instead of having my feet like this, I'm gonna spread them out, and it's gonna make the push-up a lot easier to go down. Okay, same thing, make sure you're tucking, you're not flaring, and this is gonna be a really good chest builder to help you build a thicker chest with body weight. The last exercise that we're gonna go over, it's a pretty fun one in my opinion, and it's gonna help with explosive power, right? And like exploding off the ground. So what it's called is a rocking horse push-up. And the way it's gonna work is we're gonna start up like this, we're gonna fall down, and then we're gonna push yourself back up, and then kind of catch yourself for a minute, and then fall down and push yourself up. It's gonna be a little challenging, and if this is the case, then I recommend going up on a chair again and falling on a chair, or use a wall, a countertop, something where you can just focus on exploding yourself up, right? And it's gonna be helping us with power, which is gonna help us, in fact, like do more push-ups and kind of help with all the other stuff that we did before. So here we go, I'm gonna kind of do a few reps, show you how this is done. So I just kind of start like this, and I'm gonna fall forward, and I explode up. You can kind of see why it's called a rocking horse. You're basically just rocking back and forth and catching yourself. All right guys, so there you have it. There's your 5 body weight chest exercises that you can do with absolutely no equipment, nothing but your body weight, all right? So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.